today we're going to go to Pigeon Forge Tennessee to go to this really awesome store called Kryptonite Characters. Now, I somehow convinced these guys to let me in 30 minutes early before any customers get there so I could get some really awesome footage. Let's go. So guys, when I was setting this up, I did not have a clue that this store was in as big a complex as it is and just how awesome it is. So they sell all kinds of things here, from statues to figures to all kinds of crazy vinyls, backpacks, but they have a massive collection of Funkos, and I wanted to bring you along with me to check it out. Hold up, stop, hold up, hold up, stop, pause, time out, time out. So I've watched this video now probably about 10 or 15 times. I've been editing it and I hit save, and now we're about 84% in, and I forgot that I didn't do something. And it's really rude of me not to do this. No, not the whole subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, become part of the Wayneko crew. No, that comes later on in the video. What I forgot to do right here was I forgot to tell y'all to go check out these guys' store online. So I'm going to throw in their store website down there in the descriptions. I'm going to put their address, all that good stuff. Don't forget, anything you see in this video, these guys can mail to you. I mean, they have an online store that I think has everything they have in store. So don't forget, I'm going to throw down in the description where you can find these guys online, where their address is, all that good stuff. Let's get back to the video. It's like I was saying, this store is insane, and they have a little bit of everything everywhere. I have never seen a pop collection so big in my entire life, and even the Chase collection they have back behind me is pretty awesome. And let me tell you, this guy right here, this guy will have a video coming up real soon. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. My name is Wayne, and this is Wayneko. Now, this was one really awesome store. Now, when I say awesome, I don't even think you understand what I mean. I mean, it was really awesome. They had so many Funkos. I've never seen so many Funkos in one place at one time in one store. I mean, it was just a massively big collection, but it just wasn't Funkos. They had statues, they had figures, they had mugs, lunch boxes, if that's your thing, right? I mean, they had pretty much anything and everything you could want from a pop collection that you could possibly think of. While I was there, I had to pick up this guy. Now, this is the Bob Ross Chase, and he comes with the hoot, and I think that's what makes him the Chase and the whole like Bob Ross like saga. Now, I am a huge Bob Ross fan. I have the regular Bob Ross and I have the Deadpool Bob Ross, and y'all know if you go back and look at my collection in a couple of maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, I'm not real sure, but I have the whole collection in there, and I have the Deadpool Bob Ross and I have the regular Bob Ross. Just an extraordinary parts of my collection. So I picked this up while I was there, and they actually have a whole wall almost in this glass case of different Chases, and there was probably about 4 or 5 of them that I honestly wanted. This is the one that I wanted the most though, so this is the one I brought home because they were priced like a Chase, right? So you just didn't walk in and find them on a shelf. They were priced like they were a Chase, and look, that's okay. Everybody does things a little different, and everybody does them their own way, right? And the same thing as collecting, right? All of us collect it a little different. We all display them a little different, and we all make it our own. Well, they did the same thing there. Their Chase came in this pop protector. Now, this pop protector is really cool. The one thing they didn't do in the pop protector, and I just opened the whole thing opening the pop protector, which was kind of wild. So the one thing they didn't do in the pop protector is they didn't bend it right. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in the whole bending it right. When you put these things together, you have to make sure you bend them, and I learned that in putting a couple of hundred of them together, and I'm sure that just about everybody here knows what I'm talking about, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to show you really fast what I'm talking about. So you have to bend these things how you want them to sit, or they just absolutely don't. I mean, you see how the top's wanting to fight back every time I try and like move it, so you have to bend these things out a couple of times to get them in the right place. And what I do is I just simply bend it back and forth a couple of times, right? So I bend it back and forth, and then all of a sudden I have that hard crease in it. So that was the only like downside I seen to them having it in the protector, is that somebody didn't take the time to like bend it into place, and that's okay. Look, I can bend it into place once I have it at my house, right? You got to make sure you get all of those corners. Now, they also left the film on it. I take the film off of mine. Maybe you should throw me a comment down below and tell me if you take the film off of your protectors or if you leave them on. I take the film off of the protector because it kind of dulls out the box a little. If I leave the film on it, to me it doesn't look the same. So I immediately like snatch the film off of my protector. Put that right there. This is a really awesome pop, and I just kind of opened it doing what I was doing just there, so I'm sure that opening it's not going to be such a big deal. It's really not. It kind of pops straight open. we're going to take a closer look at him just because I had to have this one in my collection. If any of y'all are Bob Ross fans, y'all know about the whole like Bob Ross painting pretty little trees and just all the craziness that goes into, you know, Bob Ross. I love watching his videos, and I've actually like tried to do a couple of his paintings. So if you've never like tried to do a Bob Ross painting, for some reason he's all but stuck in there. If you've never tried to do a Bob Ross painting, I challenge you now to go watch one of his videos here on YouTube and then see if you can like paint one of his paintings. They're really easy to go. I mean, it's almost like painting by numbers when you really get into it. And let's see if I can get him out from this way, because he just absolutely was not wanting to come out that way. All right, well, I think that's just about the first time I've ever had that kind of a problem. Hey, look, this is a really awesome figure. And I'm going to get the hoot and everything out, and we're going to take a closer look at him. Bob Ross is a really cool figure. I mean, and if you don't have a Bob Ross collection in your collection and you're a Bob Ross fan, go check out the Bob Ross Deadpool. I mean, because that is a really awesome, like, Bob Ross without actually having just the plain old Bob Ross. I like the fact that he's holding one of his pictures in his hand. I don't know how they got that much detail in such a small space, but that's really awesome. Sit him down right here, and let's look at the hoot. Now this is the hoot that I believe only comes in the chase. This thing's really cool. I mean, as you can see, it's not very big. It's a pretty small piece, but it's just going in there as a pet, right? So kind of like how Santa and Mrs. Santa had the pets. I mean, this is going to be, I guess, Bob Ross's pet. This was an extraordinary experience. It was an extraordinary store. If you ever find yourself in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, you have to go check out the store. I mean, it's Kryptonite Character Store. You have to go check these guys out. They are in what they call this, I think they called it the Island, is what they called this place. So going there, I had no idea that this place was going to be as big as it was, and they were going to be in this massive, massive shopping mall. I mean, it had a what do you call that? A carousel. It had a carousel in it that had to be 200 feet in the air. It had this whole like fountain effect. I mean, it was just an extraordinary store in an extraordinary location. So if you find yourself there and you're just looking for some specialty pops or maybe some common ones, but even their commons to me felt like a specialty pop. So if you're in that area and you're looking for stuff and you find yourself just needing something to do, go check these guys out. I think you're going to be more than happy that you did. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. Guys, there is no Wayneko crew without you guys. I really appreciate you watching, and until next time, have a good one.